Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be installing these handmade boho locks with human hair curls. If you want to see how I did this, then just keep on watching.
She's a diamond. She's a diamond girl. She's a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond girl.
So for the human hair curls, I'll be using hair from YWigs. This is their Burmese double drawn hair. It's 20 inches long and the curl pattern is deep wave. This hair does not have any weft, so you don't have to worry about cutting it. I do like how full it is and how there's not any short pieces. I've talked about this hair before, so the link to the hair will be down in the description if you want to go and check that out. So now I'm going to show you guys how I handmade these locks. So I'm showing you guys the amount of the curly pieces that I'm going to be adding to each lock. Now for every lock, I did add in about 3 to 4 pieces of curly hair. And of those 3 to 4 pieces of curly hair, that does include 1 piece of curly hair that's at the end. So total is 3 to 4 pieces. So some locks had 2 pieces of curly hair throughout the lock and then 1 piece at the ends, and some locks had 3 pieces of curly hair throughout the locks and 1 piece at the end. The small pieces that I'm prepping at the top there is what I'm going to use to wrap along with the synthetic hair. You cannot only wrap with human hair because it will unravel. So I'm using this spring twist hair to wrap with. And then what I do is add my first piece of curly hair there towards the top. And I'm just going to lay that flat up against the lock like that and keep that piece out. And we're using the spring twist hair. I'm going to wrap over the ends to keep that secure. You can add nail glue to kind of give it a little extra security. So then I add in the smaller size piece of the human hair, and I'm going to wrap that in along with the spring twist hair going upward. Just a little bit more security, and then to also give it a little bit more thickness to the lock, but not wrapping too tight so that way the locks are not stiff. So I do this all the way to the ends, and I just keep adding the curly pieces or the amount of curly pieces that I desire. And like I said, so for this example, it had 2 curly pieces throughout the locks and then 1 curly piece that will be added at the very end. And you see, and I just put a little drop of nail glue there after I added in the curly piece and wrapped over the nail glue just to keep that curly piece secured in so it doesn't slide out. The link to the stand that I'm using to make the locks will be dropped down in the description for you guys. It's just off of Amazon, and then there's just a shoestring that is tied around it, and that is what the locks are hanging off of, and that's just what helps create the loop for the locks. And I'm using my tape measure just to make sure everything is the same length. Now for the curly piece at the very end, I braid that in because that's going to help it be secure so it does not slide out, especially since it's at the ends. So for these locks, for the amount of hair that I was using, like for the human hair, and how big the pieces were, and as well as the fact that I was adding in extra curls to my client, you guys will see here later when I'm actually installing it, I used 3 bundles total. So I used 2 bundles to create the locks. So as I'm hand making the locks, I needed 2 bundles of the curly hair. And then the 3rd bundle I used when I was actually installing the locks, because I was adding in even more curly hair directly to my client's hair. Again, you guys will see here shortly, but 3 bundles total. The 3rd bundle, we had a little bit of hair left over, but this is if you want the fullness that I was able to achieve in this video. So I made 52 locks, but I ended up only installing 48 locks. So we only did 48 parts for anyone who was interested. Now, of course, that's going to vary from client to client depending on how big the client's head is or the size of the parting that you're doing. I thought that the size that we did was pretty good. Once I was done creating the locks, I added some mousse throughout the entire lock as well as the curls on the ends. And then I just steamed the locks as well just to kind of loosen them and help it just to be very movable. So obviously with steaming the hair, it's adding heat to the hair and it also makes the hair wet. And you can see that the hair, the curly pieces do not lose its curl. You'll see even in the ends, the curls get back to being fluffy. So I would recommend this hair to you guys if you want to check it out. But this is what the handmade locks were looking like. And these boho locks are intended to be distressed, so it's not supposed to be uniformed and all perfect. It is supposed to give that, you know, rough kind of look, distressed look to make it look natural. All right, so that was how I pre-made the locks. Let me know if you guys want any more details of that, and I'll be happy to make another video if anyone else is interested, maybe if I get enough comments. But I'm going to get into how I actually installed the locks. So as you guys can see, I'm creating a plait or a braid, and I'm going to add another curly piece to that braid. I'm going to add it immediately as I start the braid because I want it right there at the base. And so I'm going to braid that in. I'm going to show you guys 3 very similar way of doing this, but a little different. So for this first way, I'm going to loop in the braid and I'm going to braid in the locks with the plait. If you guys have seen the soft lock tutorials, then you should know exactly what I'm doing here. I will link that below so you guys can go check it out because I kind of slow it down a little bit more. But I'm practically doing the same thing with this lock. Now, this is good for those that have a little bit more thinner hair. So I was able to get away with this on the edges part of her hair, but not throughout her hair like the back where her hair was much more fuller. If you have much more fuller, thicker hair, just keep watching until you see the third method. But now we're going to get into the second method, and we're starting it out the same way. So right when I start that plait, I'm adding in another curly piece right there at the base. Again, this is just giving it that extra curl and more full look. So then I'm going to braid down that plait, and I'm going to loop in the lock. But this time, instead of braiding the lock in with the plait, I'm going to keep the locks out of the plait. And then I'm just going to braid or plait down her natural hair. Again, with this method, the locks are sticking out. And I just wanted to give you guys just a couple different ways to try and just see what works best for your client or your hair, depending on the thickness and fullness of the hair. Okay, so for this very last method, which is what I use majority for her hair because her hair was very thick, is I'm going to again start it the same exact way as the first two, starting that plait and adding in that curly piece directly right there at the base. But with this method, I'm going to instead braid it down a little towards the ends of her hair before I add in the locks. Now, the reason why I did this is because of how thick her hair is. And if I were to add the locks in and braid it, it was just going to give a bulky look to me. So I wanted to add it towards the end. And then when I add in the lock, I'm going to braid it in. But you see how right before I get to where the lock starts, her braid, her natural hair stops. I hope that makes sense. That just helps it to look a little bit more seamless in my opinion. And I'm just showing you guys here how you can open up the loop of this lock just to be able to braid it down. I'm going to show you guys here. Just keep watching. So I've already braided down her natural hair quite a bit. And then I looped in the locks, and now I'm going to braid in the locks with the plait. And then I'm showing you guys, since I was able to open up the lock, you see right there, that's how I'm able to have a little bit more room to braid in the locks with her natural hair before I actually get to where the hair was wrapped, if that makes sense. So this just helped keep her braid thin and not thick and bulky. Okay, so now we have the locks braided in. Those are the 3 different ways that you can actually braid it in. As far as wrapping the hair, we're using spring twist hair. You guys seeing that I cut the hair into 2. I believe this hair was 18 inches or 16 inches. I am so sorry, you guys. I'll leave the information for the spring twist hair down in the description. But I cut it in half. And then I crocheted right there at the base. I'm leaving that curly piece sticking out. And then I'm just going to wrap around. And then just make sure as you're wrapping, when you get to where the curly pieces are sticking out of the locks, that you're leaving those curly pieces out and not wrapping on top of them. So once I am done wrapping, I just palm roll it in my hand. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to do a couple more times and just let you guys watch, and then you guys will see the final result. So these pre-made handmade locks are really good for like customization. Say if you wanted to create your own custom color locks, say if you wanted to do like a ginger look or a blonde look, right? That's great for that. Or if you just wanted to pre-make your locks before your clients arrive, so that way you can save on the installation time. Yeah, that's what this could be great for. And also I just like the fact that it's human hair and you can make it as full or not as full as you want. And then of course you can make these as long or as short as you want. These are temporary locks, so they're not permanent. Is it heavy? You sure?
It feels really light, like nothing's on my head.
Okay, so I'm so glad that I asked right then when I was recording, and I wanted to include that clip so you guys can see and hear for yourself. I did not tell her to say that. So a lot of people will see these and just see how full it is and immediately think that it's heavy, and it's not. So like I said at the beginning, we only used 48 locks. That's not a lot at all. These parts were semi-biggish. Like, I don't know if some people may consider this large. Some people may consider it medium. So these parts were not big at all. We used 48 locks. That's not a lot of locks at all. Although it looks really full, it's not heavy. I asked her several times and I told her to let me know while she's wearing this hair just what she thinks of it. So hopefully I can come back to you guys and give you guys an update after she has had it in for a couple weeks or so. But as far as the last lock that was installed, they were not heavy to her at all. And you guys see how long it is, and she said it still felt like nothing was there. So yeah, this is the final result. Let me know what you guys think. All of the hair information will be down in the description below. Be sure to check out YWigs for the deep wave curls. I would definitely love how full and fluffy it makes the hair looks. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Of course, I hope you guys be blessed, stay protected, and stay filled with love and peace.